Hi, welcome to Ranger Country. I'm Peter.
And I'm Lawrence.
And we're here today to bring you honest reviews of air guns and shooting equipment. Today we're going to bring you a review of the ever popular CP2 air rifle stroke pistol. But today it's in a slightly different guise.
So for the past however many years this pistol rifle has been out, it's been CO2 powered, takes a little CO2 canister as shown here, takes a little CO2 canister into the center of the here. But now they've just released the brand new PCP version. So the pre-charged pneumatic version, filled with compressed air, filled off your diving cylinder.
It has a brother.
The older brother from the same mother, that's it. It's still got the same everything else that you would expect, but it's just pre-charged. And we're going to go through why that's different, whether we think that's better, whether we think that's worse, and everything about it.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So what's new about this rifle stroke pistol? And we keep referring to rifle stroke pistol because it is both. In its standard guise, it is a pistol with moderator, which is removable, and it is also a rifle with or without moderator when the larger barrel is fitted. And it also has a removable buttstock, which makes it probably one of the most versatile air guns that we probably sell, would you say?
These are brilliant. Brilliant little ratters, usually, is what I sell them for. They're versatile, like you say. They're multi-shot and everything. We'll come to that in a sec. But the stock, I think, is the biggest thing on a pistol. It gives you that much more stability because you can brace it up against your shoulder rather than wobbling around with just your pistol in your hand. So the stock, I think, is brilliant for that.
Now, historically, the Crossman 2240 was the pistol to have, wasn't it, for short-range pest control, dispatch of vermin in traps,
yep,
such like short-range target shooting, only available in .22 caliber.
Yeah,
hence
which is
2240,
which is fine for what it is.
Yeah, it was good. Very, very popular, massively successful, did the job perfectly.
Still available to this day. Still a very popular pistol.
Very reliable. Yeah. These are available in 177.
Yes,
they are.
They come in both calibers. This one's 177 that we've got today. It's just the first one that grabbed off the shelf. The beauty of these over the 2240 is that they're multi-shot. Again, we'll come to magazines in a sec.
Multi-shot, yeah.
They're multi-shot. Yeah, that makes a massive difference if you like you say pest controlling. You see one come out, you get a second one.
Or you miss with the first one.
Yeah. Is that from personal experience, is it?
Yeah, watching you shooting.
Oh, brilliant. Don't know how that turned back on me. So yes, so between the silencer, the moderator you can screw straight on, and the multi-shot, this is a brilliant little pest control, brilliant little ratter. This is obviously how easy it is to put the stock on if you're actually paying attention to what you're doing. There we go.
Just want to push it on a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. Was slightly twisted. The barrel, to put the barrel on is a little bit more involved. You need an Allen key and 3 little Allen keys at the top, but otherwise it slips straight in. But the stock is that easy to put on.
Well, I'm going to do that while you're talking.
Okay.
Just to show exactly how easy that is.
If only we'd have thought of that before and said Blue Peter style, here's one before.
We could have done that, couldn't we?
We could have done.
But I'm going to produce my Allen keys, and I'm going to change that as you carry on.
Okay, completely on the fly. Okay, so what else does this come with? As we've said, it comes with magazine. It's multi-shot, comes with magazines. You get 2 magazines with it. It's a 9-round in 177, which is what this is today, and 7-round in 22. Get 2 of them. These are the Chinese style, old Theoban style you've got a clear plastic section on the front. You spin that round anti-clockwise, flip it over the other way round. First pellet goes in backwards into there. Once that's in, you can then spin round and load up the rest of the pellets. So they're very, very simple, and it's very, very handy that they come with two. You've also got, straight out of the box from factory, in there is a single shot tray. On these, they're labelled up actually with what caliber they are. It says 177 on the side here. You've got open sights, rear and front. The rear one is fully adjustable, so you can get a red dot onto here. You've got a 9 to 11mm rail, but these open sights are very, very good straight out of the factory. As we alluded to, we've also got the silencer, so it's threaded. So on the rifle version, on the rifle barrel, you can get any silencer on it, any half-inch UNF silencer.
Is that a half-inch moderator? Because that doesn't look like a half-inch. As it happens,
You got me down to myself now.
I've got one here. It's not, is it?
There you go.
No, it wants a bit of tape packing around that and it might fit, but no.
Ignore all of just what I said.
It's not a half 20.
The silencer will go on it.
It is a bespoke silencer.
So while I was waffling, you got the barrel on.
I did, yes. Now, I haven't put that barrel clamp on, which just goes on like that. Look, nip that up with the Allen key supplied. As quick as that. One thing that you've got to watch, and I was cautious to make sure I'd done it right, but you do check it because underneath of the barrel here, you've got a transfer port between these two O-rings, which seal fore and aft the air from the transfer port. That's where your little blast of air, or CO2 on the CO2 version, actually comes up from and gets behind the pellet. So that has got to be in the 6 o'clock position when you put that barrel on. Now, you've got a little indent in the top there. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, it should do. Little indent in the top where one of the grub screws will actually bite. So you'll probably feel it as you tighten it up. You'll probably feel the barrel just twist slightly as that Allen screw just bottoms out into that indent. The second check on it is when the foresight is vertical. Once that's vertical, you know that your transfer port is correctly lined up at the 6 o'clock position. So, as I've just shown, it's pretty idiot proof. I think. Yeah. So there was just a standard 2mm Allen key to change that. It's a little bit larger on there. It took me a bit of time to focus on that to read it.
I was going to say I was expecting it to be 2.5 and you just read it wrong. But
so was I. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got two magazines, open sights, and that's how easy it is to put the barrel on.
Why do we have a longer barrel? Shall we touch on that?
Yeah.
Power. Now, with the stock on and the standard pistol attached to the stock, it's still a pistol, so you're still limited to your 6 foot-pounds. You can't go over your 6 foot-pounds UK legal limit. With a stock on, you might want a little bit more power. So we've got a barrel to go on the end of it, a bit longer barrel, and that will actually put your power up. You'll get an extra couple of foot-pounds from that, hopefully. Don't quote me. But we will put all the figures at the end.
Yeah, it's usually sort of between 4 and 5 foot-pound in the pistol, between sort of 7 and 9 foot-pound with the rifle barrel. That's because obviously it gives you more distance, it gives you more length to accelerate the pellet down before it leaves the barrel. Hence you get more velocity and more power. Which is a very clever thing. All of this we've said without even mentioning, obviously when we introduced it, the PCP aspect of it.
The PCP, pre-charged pneumatic, versus the CO2 version.
So the PCP is obviously, you would need either a dive-in cylinder or hand pump or high pressure hand pump. If you've got those already, we're all good. We're all laughing. You'll have everything that you need to get going. If you don't, then it can be quite an expense to get into it, can't it? That's where
Initial.
the
Initial,
CO2 would come into its own, because they're much easier to they're much easier to get hold of. Little disposable canisters. You just pop one in, and you get your 25 shots. Speaking of, when I tested this 177, I got about 20 to 25-ish. It was about 22 or 23 shots before it started dropping off. So you get probably 25, 30 out of the 2.2, which is decent enough shot count, isn't it?
Certainly is for a cylinder that size. That's very respectable. Probably similar sort of capacity to the CO2.
Yeah.
Now, one thing, one point with this, I know we've touched on this on, I can't remember which one it was. It was another rifle.
One of the previous ones, yeah.
Yeah. Now the fill aperture in the rotating dust cap covering the fill aperture is off center. So if you've got it 180 degrees out, your fill probe's not going in fully. It looks like it will. The hole's there, the aperture's visible, but there's not enough length without the bottom hole in the dust cover being lined up with the bottom of the aperture for the fill probe to go in. So it will leak. That's it. That's all the way in. That will fill your rifle. If it's 180 out, it's not going to fill.
We make the mistakes so you don't have to.
Exactly. It's a little squeaky one, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if the microphones will be able to pick that up, but yeah, it was squeaking all around.
It wasn't me, it was the rifle.
One thing we can also touch upon, which is I've only just seen and thought about it, on the rifle barrel, on the barrel clamp around the cylinder, you've got a little weaver rail. So you can have a little bipod or... Torch, yes. Yeah, that'd be ideal, that. You can have a little torch on there, momentary switch on the side, put it on, bang.
Red laser.
Yeah, something like that. Another handy little feature.
Second sight as well.
Yeah, with the barrel, the rifle length barrel on, what you would have to do is take that rear sight off.
Because that'd be too close to focus, wouldn't it? Especially as, I mean, those old guys are going to have a job anyway with it, but yeah. Quite nice that they think of things like that, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice little touch.
Yeah, it really is. Because when that's in the aim position, I mean, you could, but it's not ideal. You could line that back sight up, but that middle rip, well, the rear sight, the new rear sight, is far easier to line up in you.
You'd just take the rear sight off there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. Yeah. Just a small, looks like a number 1 Phillips screw in there, by the look of it.
Yeah. So the PCP will be, because that's the new thing now. That's the new thing for us. The PCP over the CO2, if you've got the facilities to fill it, will be much easier, and you're not getting rid of the little disposable canisters all the time. But if you don't have those, then the CO2 version it will continue to be popular, I'm sure. They're a little bit cheaper in the CO2, but you do have to continually buy the little disposable canisters, and they just screw straight into there.
Awesome bit of kit.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the figures, at the statistics of the rifle stroke pistol. Now, as a pistol, we are 16 inches long.
Yep. So allegedly, if my numbers are correct, without the silencer, it's 40 centimeters or 16 inches from the front to the back.
Just checking something up. Interesting. On the...
I thought this looked short.
Yeah. on the PCP version, both the cylinder and the barrel, the pistol barrel, are a little bit longer than the CO2 version.
In the CO2 version, we're about 14 inches or about 36 centimetres. So yes, the CO2 version is a bit shorter. There you go. You're learning as we're learning.
Interesting. Must be for a reason. Now, I have noticed, I can't really demonstrate it because I've put the long barrel on now, but I will change it back in a moment, that it's a good job that is a specific thread to the CP2 range of pistols and rifles, because with the pistol barrel on, a standard moderator without that
Narrow taper.
That's just what I was looking for. Would foul the end of the cylinder, so it needs that. It's quite close, but it does clear. So probably don't get any ideas of getting an adapter and putting another moderator on. I think it's probably safer to stay with the factory.
Not for the pistol length barrel, anyway. Obviously,
Yeah,
you get put the rifle length barrel on. You can get an adapter and then put anything on.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes. So the PCP one is 16 inches with no in the pistol, no silencer. Is 21.5 inches with the silencer, so it's about there-ish. The rifle, as we've got here, is 87 centimeters, 34 inches-ish, and about 100 centimeters with the silencer on. So it's still quite a really short rifle, even in the rifle configuration. It's quite a short rifle. You can get the stock on and have it as the pistol and have a nice close little carbine or little pistol with the stock on. That'd be very, very handy. And they're not heavy either. As the pistol, they're about 2 pounds, nearly a kilo, and as the rifle, 3 pound and 5, kilo and a half. So it's nice and light and it's nice and short.
Interestingly, the bolt's on the right hand side. The bolt's on the correct side, isn't it?
It's on the left because it's a pistol. Yeah.
It's on the correct side, even for a rifle.
No.
For a right-handed person.
No, we've had this. No, it's on the opposite side. So yes, regular viewers will know that we have a little long-standing debate over, for rifles, bolt on the right or bolt on the left. I want the bolt to be on the right for a rifle.
I want it to be on the left.
You can suspend it with your non-dominant hand, and I think that is much faster than having to mess about that. But it's a pistol, so you're going to hold it in your dominant hand, which generally is going to be right-handed, and you're going to use your non-dominant, your left, to work the bolt. So that's why pistols will be on the left-hand side and rifles will tend to be on the right. Because a right-handed person, which is most of the population, would have to flip it over and then pull it with
Gangster style.
Anyway, so yeah, so it's light and it's short. Is there anything more to be said than that?
I think we've covered everything. I mean, we've got a
little button safety on the trigger blade itself.
Yeah, which actually prevents the trigger from being pulled because it blocks the trigger travel. Typical air arm style, works, does the job.
Quite simple, nothing to report on there.
Yeah, definitely. I think everything's been covered. I think for me, what makes life really easy for me with these is the magazine system.
Yeah. The fact that it has a magazine or the magazine itself?
No, the fact that it has a magazine. Because single shot's okay.
Single shot's fine, especially with ratting, that sort of thing. But
if you want a bit of fun, if you want to, you've got some cans propped up on that wall and they need taking out, then you've got a magazine. You can. It just adds that little bit of more fun element to it for me.
Yeah.
Bit more convenient.
Yeah.
It's that makes the big difference. Yeah.
And I guess it means if you need to grab it quickly, if you, like you say, you've got pest control, you can have, obviously take the single shot tray out. You can have the magazine loaded, ready to go on the side, pick the rifle up, load it in, and you're away. Rather than having to find your tin of pellets and then put one in at a time. So you can have your one, you bang.
Mm. You can see why they're so popular, can't you? You really can. They are versatile. I think. I think is the catchword for these. Now, just touch on another little point. The fill probe comes with a quick connector with a Foster type quick connector fitting. So generally, if you buy a stirrup pump, they generally have a quick connector on the end of them, don't they?
Yeah.
Straight in, job done. If you do have a cylinder, they normally just come with the 8th BSP threaded adapter. So you would need a female quick adapter to go on the end of your whip, and that would accept that straight away.
But assumably, if you're going for the PCP, you would generally already have another PCP rifle because you would obviously have somewhere filling it at home. So you'll likely have, if you've got multiple PCPs, which we know a lot of our customers do, have multiple. I've spoken to a few people all around the country, obviously when we do our deliveries, that have 9, 10 PCPs. So in that scenario, it goes straight on. There's no messing about, straight out of the box, straight from factory. You can plug it in and you can fill it up from there.
And those best fittings quick connector starter kits are fantastic, aren't they?
Yeah. So yeah,
get you going multiple rifles straight away.
Yeah.
But as you say, multiple rifles, I often joke with people on the doorstep, and I say, just beware because one rifle quickly becomes 6 without you noticing.
You soon catch the bug for it. Yeah.
They multiply very quickly. So it's a good idea if you're going to do that. Get them very similar so they look the same. Then your wife won't be able to tell the difference. Just like handbags, I've had that one years. Shows how much notice you take, sort of thing.
We've all had it.
Yeah, we have.
Okay, shall we jump into conclusion then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go for it.
Now we've had a chance to have a bit of a shoot with the rifle stroke pistol, and Lawrence had a little bit of a shoot at 10 metres and produced not a bad group at all for Lawrence. It's
open sights. It was rested, but it was open sights. It was quite dim. The lighting was I can't blame the wind because it was indoors.
Okay.
The lighting was a bit off.
Air pressure.
Air pressure and humidity was off as well. So, jokes aside, it will do thumb hole group. It will do, or sort of fingernail group. They will all be touching. It will do it. I can't make it do it, but it will do it. We've got the range and country coveted 1 pound, and of those 9 shots, I shot a whole mag. There are only 2 outliers that aren't basically touching. So yes, well happy with the accuracy.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
This was obviously, we kept the rifle length barrel on, and I kept the stock on for stability. You'll struggle to get that with the pistol configuration. It will do it, but you'll be more wobbly.
Out of interest, you used that sight, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, you were saying that you had to adjust both screws, was it?
Yeah.
Like we had in a previous video?
So to adjust these mounts, you have to slacken off the screw on the opposite side to allow it to move, and then tighten up the screw on the side that you want it to go to pull it that way.
That's interesting, because normally there'd be one screw one side, wouldn't there? And you'd adjust it and it'd pull the whole lot over.
Yeah.
So
normally.
Interesting, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And use that sight, you didn't use that sight.
Correct. Yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't take that one off, so that's probably in the way, which might have caused you a little bit of inaccuracy there.
Yeah, that was in the way as well, yeah. Humidity, that was in lighting, yeah.
Thank the later son for that one.
Taking it from your rule book excuses.
It's quite thick.
Conclusion, it's brilliant. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's awesome little bit of kit. It's brilliant that you get everything with it. The PCP one is a little bit more expensive than the CO2. If you've already got
But
PCPs...
shall we talk about longevity, maybe? Because CO2 is inherently corrosive, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that can eat away at seals. It's not very forgiving on seals. So your PCP, I mean, the inert air, is that the best way?
You'll likely not get 3 or 4 years out of the CO2 one.
No, before it needs resealing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would have thought, obviously these are new, with it being PCP, I would expect that out.
It's standard atmospheric air, which is just compressed, so there's nothing nasty in the air.
Yeah.
In these parts anyway.
As long as it's quick, clean and dry.
Yeah.
We should be absolutely good.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, we haven't even talked about, so they come in 2 calibers, 177 and 22, and they also come in black and camo. As I said, I haven't got the camo here today. We've only got the blacks.
Can I add my little penny's worth about the camo? Now, most of the camos that we have, you get a slight little mark on it, don't you? Whether it's a wrap or, I think it is, isn't it? You get the odd little mark on it, and some of the stocks don't match the camo on the pistol, do they?
No, the stocks won't match the pistol.
So, if you're wanting it for hunting, and you're not too bothered if there's a little mark on, if the camo wrap isn't absolute 100% perfect, go for the camo one. If you're a little bit more precious and you like the
you like it 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, go for the black one, because the camo one isn't going to be. That's just us being honest, and it's what we find when we're doing our checks.
But then camo wrap, if there's a black mark on a camo wrap, it's still camo.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you want it for a camo gun, you want it for a camo gun.
Yeah, but they can be a little bit, a few marks on them, a few little scuffs where they've been, mass produced in the camo and wrapped, and so the black's the. I think I would have a black one all day, every day. Yeah, certainly. But it's a gun for a purpose, and depending on that purpose is going to depend on what colour you go for, the camo or the black.
Yep.
Next generation from the 2240, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fair to say, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking nothing away from Crossman. Fantastic product.
But this is
21st century.
I mean, it's currently sort of nearly twice the price, but you get more than twice the amount out of it. So if you want to save money, the Crossman's still going to be cheaper. But if you want everything, then this is the way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, I think just about does for a conclusion. Not more is there to be said. It's accurate. It's versatile, like you say. The PCP is easy to use.
Extremely versatile, I would say. Yeah, really versatile.
Yeah. Okay,
for
perfect.
Sure.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you. Like and subscribe. I think it's down there, so I'm told.
I think it's...
Thank you.
Is it that one or is it that one?
I think it's down there.
Okay.
I think. We'll find out.
Anyway, see you in the next video.
Thank you.